Hi, Kim from StampingImperfection.com. Welcome to my craft room. I'm pretty excited with a couple of the things I got from the clearance bin blitz that they're having at Stamping Up. There's still quite a bit left on it, and I peeked today, and some of these Simply Sent kits are still there. I picked up 3 Simply Sent kits, or it's actually 2 Simply Sent kits and 1 card and envelope designer cut. This is really pretty. I thought this would work perfectly for Valentine's Day, so I'm going to do something with that one for Valentine's Day. Then I got one that looks like this, and it comes with pearls and ribbon and 2 different colors of cards, so that looks really nice. The one that I'm playing with today actually came with 8 cards, 8 envelopes, and then it came with 16 of these little sticker tags that you could decorate any way you wanted. Now, the cards came like just flat like this, so I had to bend them and score them, fold them in half and score them, and I had to poke out all the little laser cut pieces, but that was no big deal. Then the stickers came 2 sets like this, which I cut in half, and then on 2 of them, on 2 of the sheets that I had, I stamped Happy Birthday and Thank You on these with some stamps I have, and I'm going to leave the other ones blank so that I'm going to use this as a gift, and whoever receives it can then have some stickers that they could handwrite or hand stamp themselves if they wanted to. They could write a sentiment or something in there. So what I want to do is I want to create a folder for this. So I started out with a 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper, and I cut it's 12 by 12. I cut it at 7 inches, and then I scored it twice. I scored it at 6 1/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/4, because I'm trying to make a little folder like this. So I want to create this folder, so I scored it 1/4, like 6 is halfway, so I scored it at 6 1/4, and then 5 3/4, which is a quarter on each side of the center point. So I'm getting this nice little folder here. I wanted it to be about 1/2 inch because all of this has to go in, and that's quite a bit. So then I wanted to make a pocket on the inside. So I took a piece of Baja Breeze designer series paper, and I used Baja Breeze because I felt like that matched the cards better. I know Pool Party is the actual blue in the designer series paper that I chose, but I like this color with the card kit, the Simply Sent kit. So what I did was I cut this at 5 1/2 by 6 1/2, so 5 1/2 this way, 6 1/2 this way. Then I scored it at 5 1/4, and then at 4 3/4, flipped it over to the other side, scored it at 5 1/4 and 4 3/4, and then I turned it and I just did one of the ends. So I scored this one at 6 1/4 and 5 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little folder out of this. So after you get it all scored, use your bone folder, and then you need to snip off a couple pieces. You're going to snip off this on each side. You're going to snip like this, just like that, and then I snipped this little piece off too. You could probably leave that if you wanted to. So I did that on both sides. Did the same thing over here. I cut this part off, and then I cut this part off, just like that. And then basically, I'm just going to fold this into a box like this. This is going to fold up. Oops, I need to also snip right here. I need to snip this on each side, just like that, right to the score marks that I made right there. So when I go to fold this up, I'm going to fold those inside, like this. I'll fold inside, and then I'm going to get a little box that looks something like this. Okay, now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to peel these off, and then I'm going to attach this to one side of my folder. I will get this off. I actually had it started so it would come off easy. Okay, so then I'm going to, here is this. So I'm going to attach it kind of toward the center and line it up a little bit along the bottom edge, I have a little room to play with here. So I've formed my folder, formed my little box. Now all of my stuff, the envelopes, everything, will fit right in here, just like that. Now all I have to do is decorate the outside. So I decided to use one of the colors in this is real red. So I have real red ribbon that I'm going to use, and I'm going to actually use a few glue dots. I'll put them right here. I'll put one on the center. I just kind of want the ribbon to stick down, and I want to be able to tie it along the edge. So I'm going to just stick that down. I want to be able to tie it up here along the edge. And I'm going to have a lot of other stuff that goes along the top here. So I'm just going to put a couple of glue dots on the back ribbon, the back of the ribbon, so that that will stick down also. Just so it doesn't flop around. And the glue dots work really well. You can get them off the paper. Okay, so I'm going to kind of try to smooth that out along the center. And then the front I'm not going to bother putting down because I'm going to use the decoration that I put. Now here's what I made for the front. Using the rest of the designer series paper that I had, I used my, this is huge, I don't even think I can get this whole thing in. This is the Bigz extra large designer Rosette die, and it's huge. When you use this in your Big Shot, which you can, you have to have the extended, you have to have the extended cutting plates, and it's designed to actually cut the piece of designer series paper and score at the same time, because you have to accordion fold this. So you want to actually, whenever you have something that's going to need to be scored, you want to also include a shim with this. So I save the cardboard that comes with these long designer series paper, and between the bottom cutting pad and the Bigz die, then I put the paper on top and then put the top cutting pad, and then you just run this whole thing through. The shim actually helps get the score marks put in there really well. So I did that and created my rosette, and I will do a tutorial on how to do the rosette. Then I used on the back, I took a piece of Very Vanilla and I cut it using the largest of the Labels collection. I used the biggest one. I rarely use the biggest one, but this was perfect for this project. So I used the biggest one, cut it out of Very Vanilla, then I sponged it with the Pool Party because that's the color in the designer series paper. Then I took a lace doily and I sponged that with the Pool Party also, and I cut it in half and I accordion folded that. I just wanted to give it a little bit of texture. And then I used some embellishment, some linen thread, just like on the Christmas ornaments that they had on the winter mini. So then I put some embellishments on. And those are some sneak peeks you'll find in the spring catalog that's coming out in a few days. So you should have gotten one in the mail by now. And if you are one of my virtual club members, if you join my virtual, Perfectly Simple Virtual Stamp Club, I will send you all the catalogs for free. So if you don't have one and you'd like one, you can join my virtual stamp club. Information is at stampingimperfection.com. So you can go there and join the club, and you get catalogs, thank you cards, all sorts of things. Free classes, free online classes. Okay, so I basically put my layers together with hot glue, and I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, and I want to catch this in the middle. I want to put this down like this. Okay, I really wanted it to look frilly and feminine. So I'm just going to tie this in a bow. And I'm going to send this back to college with my daughter. I'll probably tuck some stamps in there also. So she'll have some cards to give, because she likes to give handmade cards, or as close to handmade as she can give. So now she's going to have a little stationery set set that she can take with her. So stop by stampingimperfection.com, check out that virtual stamp club, check out my online classes, sign up for my mailing list to get free project tutorials just for mailing list subscribers. So thanks for watching.